Hey everybody, Mike here, and welcome to my channel. I appreciate you guys watching, and today's mod is going to be kind of interesting. Probably for the last 6 or 7 months I've had people on Facebook and people that I've talked to, they're like, hey Mike, did you get the short shifter done yet? Or, hey Mike, you're getting a short shifter. Hey, the short shifter is fantastic. Oh, I love it. It's the best thing out there. So I finally went ahead and I made the plunge and I purchased the DDMWorks short shifter, and I'm going to give that a shot. I'm really hoping it's going to be kind of cool. But I'm not sure. I mean, the shifter already is a little bit, clunky, as I said in one of my past videos, and other people have said it as well. So hopefully this is going to be a little bit better, but I don't think it is as far as the clunkiness, but everyone says it feels a lot more solid when it goes into gear. So, and obviously it's a lot faster because it's a short shifter, but I'm going to go ahead and get that thing installed today and see how it works out. I actually purchased not only the short shifter, but I also purchased the adapter so I can have a different kind of shifter knob on there as well. And I purchased the boot that comes with the DDM product also. So that being said, let me go ahead and wrap this beginning stuff up and get back to the garage and get that thing installed. Okay, here's all of the different parts. I'll go ahead and take them out. This one looks like it's the short shifter itself. Here it is here. This is the main component that's going to be changed. Let's see. They also have instructions. May or may not need those. Probably will. So anyway, there's that knob, shifter part. And in this box, I have the adapter, so I can actually change the top of my shifter itself. And there's also a bracket thing in here. Got the screws here, and in this one, it just does not want to stay there, is the new shift boot. What's kind of cool about this is it actually has the red stitching, which is going to match my interior, and it comes with some of the collars. You can get 2 different ones. You actually get 3 different ones. It's like brushed aluminum black and a darker brushed aluminum one. So that's kind of cool. So I got all of those, and it's also a DDMWorks decal that I can put on my car somewhere or put somewhere. I'll probably do something. And then last but not least, this actually came from a Facebook friend, Carla's, and this is going to be the new knob that's going to go on. Well, here's the adapters here, but anyway, here's the new knob that I'm going to be using on top for the shifter. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, here are the parts. So I'm going to go ahead, take them over to my car, and start installing this bad boy. Alright, so here I got all my stuff ready, and here we have my normal shifter. And what I want to do, just to kind of show you the difference between the normal shifter's throw and the short shifter's throw once I get it installed, I'm going to go ahead and measure between first and second gear. So I'm going to go ahead and put that up into first gear, and just kind of eyeballing it, I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of tape where that is, and then I'm going to throw it back into second gear and put a piece of tape where that is. Now this is obviously not going to be an exact measurement because there's really nothing on there to make it easy to do that, but I'm going to go ahead, just in case these pieces of tape fall off, I'm going to go ahead and measure that anyway, and it looks like it's about a 3.5 inch throw. Okay, so probably the easiest part of this installation is going to be popping this thing up, because I've done it before. I just know I need to go there. Alright, so there we go. Now, let me get rid of all of the stuff here. The insulation. Hopefully that kind of comes off easily. You can see under here is an Allen wrench, bolt, screw, whatever you want to call it. We have to go ahead and loosen that to be able to pull this shifter off. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that now. Okay, so actually it takes a 3/16 inch Allen wrench here, and it's kind of a bear to get in there, unfortunately. But if you work it, turn it right, there we go, it's in there. And I also heard it's very difficult to get off of there too, just because it's on there so tight. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the flashlight and try to give this thing a shot. It took a little bit of doing, but what I ended up doing was getting a pair of vice grips, putting it on the end of my wrench, and getting extra leverage that way, just to cut this bolt loose. So now that it is loose, I'm going to go ahead and loosen it even more, and then I should be able to just take that shifter right off of there. And there we go, and it is off. Whew, that was tight. Actually, one thing I am going to need to do, since I got a new boot, I'm going to need to remove this chrome piece here in order to get that the new boot on there. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, looking at the instructions, I actually have to go down and cut part of this away, and it's going to expose 4 bolts that's kind of holding the whole mechanism together. So let me go ahead and cut that out, and then it looks like it's a 10 millimeter socket wrench that I'm going to need to get in there to get to that. So let me get my, I don't know if this is going to work, hopefully it will. Got my handy dandy knife here. Okay, I should be able to just pull this thing right out of there. Alright, looks like you just, there we go. Just needed to kind of roll it up from the sides and it comes off. So here's the internal rubber piece. Like I said, it's a little bit difficult to get out of there, but it wasn't too bad. I don't know how hard it is going to be to put it back in, but it's out for now. So next up is to remove these 4 bolts that are in there, and I believe it's a 10 millimeter socket that I need. And here's the plate. There's also this little black spring that's in here. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to set that aside because we need that. This thing should just pop right out. And there it is. There's the original shifter. So what I need to do is I'm going to take this piece off, and then this little part right here off as well. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so here we have the part, and I believe I can just push this through, maybe. Now, this is certainly easier said than done. Almost. There we go. Okay, that piece is off and we need to use that again. This is certainly not clean job. And then this piece here comes off as well. And what I'm hearing everyone saying that they're doing is they're using pliers or something, and then some needle nose pliers as well to kind of pop this off of here. So let's see how easy this is going to be. Took some going, but took some doing, but I got it. And here it is. So hopefully I got that on camera. So here's the old shifter piece, and here's the new one. Okay, so now I'm going to transfer this bigger piece onto the new short shifter, and then this little ball onto that piece there. Hopefully it's not that difficult. But the key is to line up these bigger slots right here to the slots on there as well. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add some grease to the short shifter. Make it a little easier to get on there. And hopefully it'll just pop right on without much difficulty. There we go. Okay, so that one's on there. And now I'm going to add some grease to the little ball here. Now, against my better judgment, I'm actually going to try to tap this with a hammer to get it on there instead, because just trying to push it really isn't working out for me. I'm going to kind of put this on top to maybe help soften the blow a little bit. And there it is. Now I just need to go ahead and put this bad boy in and start putting everything back together. Okay, it looks like the first piece to install going back in is this round piece here, and it supposedly just kind of slides down there. Actually, no, I should show you. There's these grooves here, and there's actually some pins inside there as well. So I'm going to line those up, put that in there. Okay, now that we have that piece installed, we're going to go ahead and add this second piece. And the pins are going to be facing front and back now. And that just goes onto there. Okay, now with that piece installed, I'm going to go ahead and drop this down into there. Okay, with the shifter dropped in there, and I'm going to go back and use this piece here that we took off and put the spring back on this white part. And there's little tabs that it goes into, like so. And then we're going to take this part here, which we originally took off, and we're actually going to install this upside down by putting it inside. Like so. Okay, even though it doesn't say to do it, I'm actually going to add a little bit of Loctite to these bolts that I'm going to be using to screw it, or to tighten down this plate. And then using the 5mm wrench, I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. That'll give you a whole lot of room to work in here. Okay, that's done. I'm going to go ahead and just put this other boot back on. There we go. Alright, now you got the boot on there. And that is ready to go there. I'm just going to go ahead and take the adapter and just put it on here for a second just to see how it shifts. Okay, it's definitely shorter. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to install this adapter here. And getting close to being done. But first, I'm going to put the padding back in. Get that insulation in there. And this actually comes with a little bolt in there as well, a little hex thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of Loctite on there, so whenever I clamp it down, it'll be good to go. Okay, so the adapter is installed, and now I'm just going to go ahead and try to work on getting that boot put together on the chrome plastic piece that goes around the center console here. Okay, so the goal here is to try to take this chrome piece off of my old shift boot and attach it to the new one. And it looks like I just have to kind of hopefully just push these tabs out. So that part's off. Now I gotta get this off, and of course it looks like it's glued on there, which is kind of a bummer. Oh wait, maybe it's not. No, actually it is, but just in a couple of places. And there we go. Okay, slight change of plans. No matter how hard I tried to get this boot onto this frame that goes around this shifter, I just could not do it. It was just too small, and I just didn't want to tear it or anything like that. So I'm actually going to be returning the boot part to DDMWorks. No fault of theirs. I don't know if they make these themselves or they get them in, but I'm going to go ahead and return that. But in the meantime, I actually, just for fun, because I couldn't finish the install anyway, I went and I kind of installed this adapter and the ball that I got to my shifter, and it was okay, but I just didn't like the feel of it. The ball I just wasn't really all that comfortable with to begin with. So what I did is I went back to the original shifter, as you can see here, and that actually works out, I believe it or not, it works out better for me at least. It seems to shift a little bit easier too. For some reason when I was using this one, I don't know, I just couldn't, it was hard to get in the first, and it just felt weird, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's all me. Everybody else that uses these kind of shifter knobs, I'm sure they're fine with it. It's 100% me. I guess I'm just used to this one, and this one actually worked out pretty well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reinstall or reattach the frame, you know, and the chrome piece onto this boot here, and put it all back together, and hopefully that works out really well. Okay, I am done. It is officially in, and it looks pretty good. And let me go ahead and show you what I did. I went and I put the surround back around on the boot. I had to use some glue, just like when I was taking it off. It was glued on a couple of spots. I glued it back where those spots were again, slapped the silver or the chrome part back on there, and went ahead and I reinstalled it. So let's go ahead and look at where, I'm going to use the other hand here. Okay, there's neutral. So let's go ahead and see what the difference in the throw is between the two black ones, which was the stock version of the shifter, and the new short shifter. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in first. Okay, there's first gear, and as we can see, we put a piece of tape basically kind of guessing where that was before, or where the line is. Top of it's probably right around there. tough to do with one hand. Okay, so there we go. So there's the throw there, and then coming back is almost the same, maybe a little bit shorter. So let me do a quick measurement of that one. If I remember right, the previous one was like 3.5 inches, something like that. Basically 2 inches, maybe a little more than 2 inches, give or take. So definitely reduce the throw at least an inch between the stock and the regular shifter. Feels a little bit more solid, which I know that's what everybody kind of likes. Much more mechanical than it was before. It's still notchy. That's just the transmission. That's just what it is. But kind of looking forward to go out and trying it now with this one. It's all buttoned up and tightened up, and go ahead and give it a shot. It is complete. You now know how to put it in a short shifter. If it's something that you're interested in doing, hopefully I went and I showed you all the steps that are taken. If you like this video, please go ahead and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave any kind of comments. If you have questions, I'll try to answer them the best that I can. Obviously, I do look at all the comments that are on there. So until next time, have a great day and good luck with your mods.